Hallelujah to the only true and wise Yah. He's master, he's creator, he's redeemer, he's deliverer. He's the most high creator eternal who made all things, not just some, made all things, and then turned around and said it's good. Hallelujah to our King. Hallelujah. Blessed be he. Blessings. Eva Barb's Health Corner is live and well. I came to tell you all I love you, and I'm proving it today. I was telling Brother Son Tobias that, look, I'm not one of those YouTube people, but thanks be to the Creator Eternal. Through Brother Daniel Solomon, I am here to share notes and life and all that he's given us. Hallelujah to the King. He's Yah all by himself. And thank you for coming into Ema Barb's Health Corner. Let everybody know we're live, we're well, and we are here. Do a thumbs up. Today, guess what? We got a surprise for you. But every so often, Ema Barb, you always say that. But today, we got something for you. I'm going to take out my fennel seeds today. And guess what? Guess what, family? Today we're going to talk about detoxifying, but a different way. How about that? A different way, detoxifying through the feet. From the feet up. How about that? I bet you didn't think that you could detoxify from the feet up. But you can. And you know what? And we're going to talk about today how long you can do it, for how long you can do it, and when you stop. And why we sometimes need to look at that. Why is it sometimes we think we need to detoxify? I'll give you this scenario. First of all, let me shout out to my babies in Ohio. Your mama thinks you're wonderful. I praise Yah for my babies here in St. Louis. Shout out to Miss.
There's a young lady in the chat by the name of Charlene Purdy. She says, I love watching your videos.
I love you. I love you more.
Forgive me if I pronounce your name wrong, sis.
I love you, baby, more. I love you more than you love watching me. And I'm so thankful that you came in. Blessings on you. Psalm 91 all around about you. It's about a shield. Let me tell you something. The Father loves you. And he must think you're wonderful. I agree with him. He don't need me to agree, but I do. Hallelujah. Today we're going to talk about detoxifying. And as we detoxify from the feet up, guess what's going to happen? A lot of people say, Ema Barb, I hear one lady in particular shout out to my unidentified she-broom. I want to tell you I love you and I miss you. And to my babies, listen, you might say, I'm tired and I'll be detoxifying, Ema, and what can I do? I had a post when one of my babies asked me, she says, I'm detoxifying, now what next? You know what, while you're detoxifying, one of the things you might be really tired, or let me tell you some things that while you're detoxifying, those things that can happen. The reason why you think you might want to detoxify. If you're always saying, Emma, I'm always tired. Oh, my feet hurt. What can I do about my feet hurting all the time? And I'm not on my feet all the time. Or you said, my husband has that stinky feet and I don't know what to do about it. And you said, oh, my children have those odors coming from their feet and their whole body. What am I gonna do? And I put that stuff in the water, Ema. What next? And you might say, Ema, I have this consistent headache. And my baby has this, or my husband he's always grouchy and irritable. And he's taking, and what can I do? And we're gonna talk about that today. We're gonna talk about how we're going to take this time and detoxify in a different way. Hallelujah. So, today, we're going to talk about ways of how to detox. And let me give you some things, and let me say, I'm going to tell you some things, yes.
And I just want to say that Shirley Purdy said thank you for saying what you said to her. She said she's feeling very low right now.
Oh.
In my spirit. I just want to encourage strong. We know that we all have good and bad days.
Yes.
But the Most High fights for us.
Yes, he does. And he always fights for us. You know one thing I want you to do? Big love, do this one. You know, we brought some time tea today. You know, normally we drink our cinnamon tea, but today we brought time, family. And so what I want to do today, I want you to go and I want you to do this. I want you to breathe in deep and lift your hands toward the east and begin to worship the Master. He makes all things right. He does it. And you know what? Look. I want you to know the Father loves you and he cares about you. So when the enemy comes in to tell you all this other stuff, tell him I'm confident that the Father loves me and he cares for me. He cares for me and therefore I can make it. Be confident in that love. The blessings of the Most High all around about you as about a shield. Let's get back on. Stay encouraged. Stay encouraged. The best is yet to come. I don't care what we see, what we hear, what we think. He's got it under control and he has you and his best interest. He loves you. And don't let that Hasatan tell you any different. He loves you. He sent his son for you. Even though we're his children, he still sent his first one for us, which is awesome, and I love him for it. Blessings on your day. Psalms 91 all around about you as about a shield. Amen. Amen. We're going to tell you some things how to come out there. You might want to detox, and this is what we're going to talk about. Now, if any of this hits you, you might want to think about detoxing from the feet. So let's look. Headaches all the time. And you say, Ima, I've already detoxed. I thought I was detoxing. You might want to do a little bit from the feet, and I'll tell you some of the things, what you can do and how. Okay? Say, look, headaches, bags under your eyes. You have poor sleep. Oh. I'm gonna tell you something. Can I tell you this? The other day, I happened to be. I thought I haven't detoxed from the feet up yet, and my feet were. I'm barely on my feet, and I thought, oh, detox. This is a while back. So I try to do it every at least once a month, or every 3 to 5. Once a month. This will help. And I went to detox from the feet, and I'll tell you how, but went to detox from the feet, and all of a sudden I got Mr. and I both, because you know, when you do this, do it for your spouse too. You and your spouse, a good spot. Here's a good spot. Put your feet in the water, and I'll tell you what to put in there, and put, and you know what? I'm going ahead of myself. But I'll tell you this. And then put that bentonite clay on your face. And I'll tell you how to mix it. Take a little bit of, like a half of don't use metal spoons. Use plastic spoons. And take a bentonite clay, or what they call healing clay. And I'm supposed to brought it, but hobby ever. Take about 1/3 of a teaspoon. You don't need a lot. And then put a little bit of apple cider vinegar. Just enough to mix it in with a little bit of water and put it over both of your faces. So while you got your feet detoxing, you're detoxing your face and your feet. Oh, you're going to be so happy. I'm going to tell you what more to put into that. But that's one of the things you could do. Okay, fam? I love you. But if you're noticing a lot of sluggishness, tired all the time, ulcers, it works with ulcers, difficulty. Listen. If you have difficulty waking up and you're so tired and so drained, you have poor sleep habits, can't sleep, and then when you do, it's time to get up and you say, oh, I can't get up. Oh, what's going on? Detox from the feet. Tiredness, you're low immunity. If you're low immunity and you know you're consistently eating healthy foods, but it won't get past your immunity. You want to detox. Candida, ladies and gentlemen too.
Yes, ma'am.
Candida. It works on candida. You know when you have those, you said, candida can be in the feet as well. And we'll you know, if you go back on one of my other classes, I told about candida, and we're going to touch on again some more of that this year. I'm going to tell you about candida. Hormone imbalance. If you're imbalanced or you're overweight, it deals with weight as well. Do you know you can detoxify from the feet and lose weight? I'm not just talking for the feet, but it goes up and it helps you metabolize. It helps your metabolism. And it cleanses the body and the lymphatic system so much so that when you do it, don't do it all the time. I'm saying at least once a month. And that'll be your time for you and your spouse doing at home spa together. And that'll be your time. And when you finish these detox and then you come together, you know what I mean? In case there are children listening, you come together. It makes wonderful. It's awesome, family. I'm just saying. Helps with allergies and anxieties. And you know what? It even helps with, you know what? Thrush in your mouth, which is candida. And you know what? And a lot of other things. Constipation, memory loss. It has a lot to do with that. You want to detox to make sure, because we're going through all the atmosphere, we're going through the air and all this toxins that's in our air, and what we drink and what we eat and all this type of things, and you want to keep a clean flush. Now, another thing, family, are you still exercising? We need to make sure we're walking at least from the bathroom, from the front of the house to the back of the house, at least twice. If we can get up and do that twice, at least 2 to 3 times a day. Keep that oxygen going. Keep that oxygen going. The oxygen going. You know, sometimes I'm guilty of that because I'd be doing so many other things that I forgot to do the extra exercise. So we want to do that. But let me tell you some of the things. When you detox, we're going to, and one of the things, ladies, while you're detoxing, let's do one thing. We're going to detox, and while we're detoxing, you can also drink some things while you're detoxing. You say, Emma, I can drink some things so you got the full spot. You're not only detoxing, you're getting your face, and then you also got chlorophyll. Remember we said the chlorophyll or the photosynthesis are the greenery parts of the plant? Well, we're going to talk about putting chlorophyll and moringa. Ooh, I don't know about you, but I love moringa. Moringa gives you such energy. This is what you can do, fam. You can take your chlorophyll, a third or half a teaspoon, depending on the size of your glass. If you're going to do a 4-ounce glass, you can do the 4-ounce glass or the 8-ounce, and you take that and put that in with warm plant-based milk. Plant-based milk. Remember, we don't do the cow's milk because you're doing the cow's mucus.
Right.
We're going to do a plant-based milk. I love almond milk. I love cashew milk. However, we love the plant-based milk. And you take that, family, and when you take it, drink it, put about I put at least 3/4 to 1/2 to 1 teaspoon or 1 tablespoon of moringa in warm almond milk. And then somebody in our house don't have to know, don't tell them. We put about 1/3 of a teaspoon of chlorophyll, but put that a little bit in there and mix it up really, really good. Now, how to subside to all the taste. Put about you don't need a whole lot of vanilla extract to taste. And put a little bit of vanilla extract to taste. And so that it can mask that taste. And because the almond milk is already sweet, it masks that taste. Or either you could put a little bit of, and this is my thing, where I put a little or cacao in it, and sometimes I'll put a little cacao in mine, but it makes it even bitter. But a little bit of vanilla, but it's to taste, and it masks that taste of the chlorophyll and the moringa, which gives you the energy, the boost, and it detoxifies the body. Let me tell you how it detoxifies the body. Let's come here. The chlorophyll detoxifies the body by decreasing oxidation. So when you're drinking this particular drink while you're detoxifying your skin. Now, ladies, let me tell you this, after you finish detoxifying the skin and you're finished detoxifying from the feet up, make sure you go back and you're cleaning. You're going to scrub his feet. And I am going to tell you, I haven't forgotten, I'm going to tell you what you're going to put in the water while you're doing your feet detoxifying. But I'm just going ahead of myself a little bit because I'm so excited to tell you guys about this. But when you finish detoxifying his face, then everybody loves roses. So get a little bit of rose water, and regardless of what he says, and just spritz his face a little bit with a little bit of rose water.
What he says, huh?
What they say? I know they said something.
I'm just laughing. I can see that there's some lights now.
Put a little bit of rose. Wash the face off. Take a hot towel and just put it on his face and your face, and then moisture, and then cleanse it off really well, and then follow it. Spritz it up with some distilled water, cold distilled water, and you can spritz his face with a little bit of, cleanse it off. Go with a cold towel or rinse the face out until all of it is clear, and feel that wonderful goodness on your skin. You can go back over the face with a little rose water, like we said. Or you could take a little bit of it's called almond oil. Almond oil, let me tell you about almond oil. Almonds are really good for you. You already know that. You know what I'm saying. But almond oil will go, it's not really oily, it's not greasy, but it absorbs into the skin and then moisturizes the skin. And all those dry spots that you have that's on your body, on your skin, it goes in there and just massage it in a little bit. He's gonna love it, and he's gonna love you for it. Go all around his neck, go around his face, behind his ears. Remember I told you those ear spots? Do the little ears. This is you all's time, remember? Once a month, you all have a time where you go with your spouse and you just do those little husband and wife things. You could do that and rub the elbows. He's gonna appreciate you. Rub his elbows with a little bit out after you all detoxify, take your bath, or whatever. And do those elbows, do those knees, and do those feet. Don't forget to add a little bit of castor oil, because when you do the castor oil, you're gonna massage healing into his body. So the castor oil goes up through the feet, and with the almond oil, and it's gonna soften his feet, and it's gonna take away that, let's say those odors that you don't really like. It's going to take the odors away, and it's going to moisturize the feet and keep them from being cracked and dry. It works, family. But let me finish telling you about that. Now, while you're doing, you're going to detox for about between 30 to 45 minutes. 45 minutes. Once you detoxify and you're sipping on your warm chlorophyll and moringa milk, plant-based. What it does, it fights anti-inflammatory in the body, because you're doing two things. You're detoxifying, pushing it out, and you're replacing it immediately with something good. So you're pushing that out, and you're detoxifying and pushing all those things out, and you're putting more in simultaneously. And listen, did you know chlorella helps with herpes? Yes, it helps with herpes. It helps with speeding because it speeds healing to the body. This is what chlorophyll does. When I say the photosynthesis or the greens of the plant, the leaves of the field, greens are leaves, right? So the leaves of the field are good for the healing of the nations, right? So what does it do? It brings healing, oxygen back into the body. It gets rid of aging. It gets rid of all those toxins into the body. It pushes them out. Ladies, it helps with weight loss. I'm trying to tell you, if you're trying to lose weight, and even to that point whereby, a lot of us, we have that dry skin, the eczema, but others have that shingles sometimes when they get to a certain age, and that's because they,
You said shingles?
yeah.
That's an advanced stage
for older people.
Right.
But guess what chlorophyll does? It fights shingles. Did you know that?
No.
Oh yeah, it fights that. The best kept secret. They try to keep, look, they try to keep
They want to
it.
keep your patience.
They want to keep you a patient. It does that because it boosts the metabolism. That's how you help lose the weight, but it helps the metabolism. It gives you the energy. And it treats, you know what? It's because it's an antiviral. But it's more than that because it's like it decreases the oxidation in the body so you don't get that aging, and that it stops all that. So I'm just saying, family, these are just a few. Huh? Yeah. It's one of those family secrets. I used to wonder, well, how is am I showing too much? Okay. So I used to wonder what is going on. My nana used to eat greens like they were like every day, some type of greens. And she would be more than, and I'm like, what is the, and now that I look back, I'm like, she used to eat greens all the time. With every meal, she could have beans and she'll have greens just on the side. And I'm like, she just liked it. But my nana was like, I call my nana my girlfriend, which is my grandmother when she passed. She was in her 90s, and she looked like she was in her 60s, built like a brick house. I'm just saying. And she used to take care of all. Remember I was telling you all how she used to take care of my uncle, take care of his house, take care of his animals, clean the house, did the whole thing. His wife didn't have to do anything because grandmother would do it all. And she was in her 90s. And people thought she was because when they was like, who's that old elderly woman? And they thought my grandmother was my uncle's wife. Until my uncle would tell them, no, that's my mama. And they would say, oh, I thought, and so she didn't start doing old when she got older, when she passed at 104. But that was after, when they say, when you want to get rid of them, when you're tired of them, have them around. And that's time for another story.
That sounds like they're going to put them on the passion tournament or something like that. What some people would say.
Right. So, another message for another story. But anyway, she had the energy and everything's family. So she would eat okra. Did you know? Oh, I forgot to tell you. Oh, well, this is part of it. Chlorophyll. Okra. Chlorophyll is in okra because it's green. But anyway, and it detoxifies. Did you know? It also detoxifies the liver and more. There's about 20 or 30 things that chlorophyll would do for the body. But I'm just telling you some things that you could do while you are detoxifying, while you're detoxifying. You could have your little chlorella. Remember the amount I told you? A little bit of moringa and a plant-based milk. And while you're doing this, family, now let me tell you what you can do as far as what you put in your water. Now you're gonna put at least for those who say, Emma, I don't have the money right now to get one of those foot spas.
Just the soap and water for the bubbles don't move.
See,
The motor broke.
just soap though. That's all you need, just soap.
Yes, ma'am.
And you could you know what? You could start a fizz, but we'll talk about that too. And it will work, and it'll fizz up for you, and it pulls it out too. But Epsom salt. Take a little bit of Epsom salt, depending on the size of your container. If you have one of those, the size of a foot massage or a foot spa, and it's a big size, like here enough to put your feet in. You're gonna put we normally put like a cup to 3/4 cup, and sometimes a whole cup and a half, depending on what we want to do. But we put that in your foot bath. But make sure it's as hot as you can take it, or as warm as you can have it. And put it in there. Then you put Epsom salt. You put a little pinch of a little bit of apple cider vinegar, or you can use white vinegar. You can put that in there. with your, and then we normally put, oh, and we put the clay, bentonite clay, and it pulls, it actually, with the Epsom salt and the bentonite clay, and then the vinegar, it pulls the toxins out. It literally pulls that toxins out. And when it pulls it out, it detoxifies the body. Now, some people say, Ema, when I want to go to the potty or I'm loose in my potty, I'll do a little bit of Epsom salt and drink a little bit of Epsom salt. That's what some people, because it's a good laxative. But what it does, it pulls it out. Now, don't do Epsom salt all the time, family, because you don't want to rob your body of so many nutrients that needs to be in your body. So don't overdo it. It will dehydrate the body. So you don't want to dehydrate your body all of a sudden. You're not drinking it, family. You're doing the drink, the chlorophyll and the moringa, the milk base. But you put this in your bath, in your foot bath. And then as you do, now it's going to change different colors. Family, if you're really, really over-toxic, you're going to come in different colors, telling you what part of the body is going to be detoxifying and what part of the body is pulling toxins out. There's some colors that show that it's pulling out from the lymphatic system. Remember we said if you're overtired, you're drained, lack of energy, poor sleeping, hormone imbalance, especially ladies during that time of the month. You're having these, you're depressed anxieties. Depressed and anxiety, you might want to go with a lot of, make sure you have chlorophyll and moringa in your milk water, in your milk, and your drink of warm milk. And then detoxify and you're putting all these away. Family, it even helps with the spots in your skin just to detoxify. You know your body can have so much toxins in it and it wants to get rid of it. And the only way it gets rid of it is to push it out. And we think we're having, we think it's a detoxifying. The body's telling you, get some of this stuff out of me. If you remember we said, if you listen to your body, it'll talk to you. So you have to listen to your body. It will talk to you and tell you, but you have to pay attention to what it's saying. When you get to be my age, you'll say, oh, when I was in my 20s, that's what my body was telling me. And when I was by my 30s, that's what the body was telling me. Do this.
Right.
And we need this. And what is going on with this? And why am I... It'll talk to you if you listen. Your body really will. So family, another thing I wanted to tell you too, yes.
Tammy Lee asked,
I love
any special brand of bentonite clay?
It's that, you know what, I do not sponsor any person or any particular brand, but I normally use, it's called Healing Clay. It has, it has that Aztec, it'll have an Aztec looking brand on it. It'll have like this, and it's red and green, and then it's a white container, comes about this much. I think you have about a pound of, about less than a pound, but you don't need a whole lot because it's so condensed. And the reason why I say don't use a whole lot, because it expands. As any clay, bentonite clay, the one that you get to drink, will expand, so you don't want to dehydrate your body in that. So whenever you're dealing with the different clays, you want to always keep in mind that it does expand. It will expand. So you need less. Less is this is where it comes to not a whole lot. A little goes a long way. Exactly. So when I do the Aztec, it's called Healing Clay, and that's nothing but bentonite clay. But family, check this out. There are different types of clays out there. When my mom was coming up, she used to eat clay dirt. I don't know about anybody out there. But my mom used to, and I was from that generation. So
my mom made herbal starch. I don't know nothing about
the starch. That starch is what they were looking for. Because it's that starch. They would eat the starch when they were in the city. Because they were looking for that clay that they were eating when they were in the country. That's what they were looking for. And so their bodies were calling for that clay, but closest to what they can get. It's just like my aunt, she used to eat ice. She just chew on it like it would run my dad crazy.
A lot of pregnant women eat ice.
Because
As a stimulant or something like that.
it was that iron that they were looking for. And so they were looking for that particular, instead of, no one told them that because when they needed that iron, just go and eat spinach or broccoli or different things, cruciferous.
Oh,
That's what it is.
So you got me on that one.
The cruciferous. And cruciferous, get my tongue working, is broccoli, cauliflower. Those are cruciferous type of plants. And those cruciferous, especially broccoli, is good for the brain. So they were looking for that folic acid for the baby. That folic acid they were looking for the baby. They were looking for the iron that their body was craving. And remember, we're going back to the body knows what it needs. And it will crave those different things. And when a woman's going through her particular menses, she craves a chocolate, but what she doesn't realize, it's not so much as the chocolate that she's craving. It's what's in the chocolate. It's the manganese and the magnesium and the manganese that they're craving for. That their bodies are craving for that extra iron, the folic acid is what they're craving. And they don't know it, but this is what their bodies are craving. So that's why when you're going through that particular time, there's certain foods that we can eat and you want to compound that. And we're going to go back over some of that at another class. So you all stay in tune for the classes on this year. We're going to go into some heavy things, ladies and gentlemen, where you think it's just women, but it's also men, but they do it in another aspect, another way. Yes.
Family leaders want to say thank you.
God bless you, baby. Blessings. But these are some things that the body craves for. Another thing, family, you might want to do during this time of anxiety and a little stress. Do like I did today. And I wasn't going through it, I just wanted to taste. Get some fennel seeds. And I told you all about the fennel seeds and how the fennel seeds will give you a little bit of hurt and it'll give you that happy feeling. Remember we talked about what the fennel looks like, family? It's the fennel seeds. I think I have some. Creative. Did I give it away again? I gave it away again. Family.
Sister Francine says Ema looks good. Did she lose weight? Ema glowing. She looks beautiful.
I love you for saying that. All about the creative. All about the creative family. You know I love you. I love you, Sister Francine. You know you are. I love you. You know what? I gave away the fennel again as well. One day, I'm not going to stop doing that. Family, let me tell you. Now, I brought this too. I wanted to show you something. I didn't need to tell you this, but since I was looking for the fennel, I have to tell you this. This is called, don't look at the brain. Let me tell you, it's he-shu-wu, which is 14. When you go and get some 14, okay?
Can you turn the bottle a little different? There we go.
Make sure it's just a pure. Got it?
Not the brand, but the name.
Don't look at the brand. This is a good brand, and it was on sale.
But just that particular product.
But that particular product.
Gotcha.
Let me tell you about this real quick. Got it?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't mean to show you this, but let me tell you about this real quick. This is one of those roots that does almost some of the things that mandrake does. Remember we talked a while back about mandrake? Mm-hmm. It's one of those roots. Now, and I know at this time, somebody's saying, Emma, I don't want to go through the Asian thing. I don't want to go through the Chinese thing and all this. We're not going to do all this. But you all have to understand, some of these roots are perfect. Now, even though, I bet somebody said about Chinese, that virus that's going on. You don't have to look at them. But listen, but check this out, family. This is a root that it said that this man was over 100 and some years old. My grandmother didn't do that one, but 100 and some years old. And he had children at the age of 120 something years old. They put him in prison. It said prison for a while, and the only thing that he had to eat was this root. And he ate this root, and he grew. When he died, I'm trying to think of when he passed. But let me say this to you: he was 100 and some, almost 200 years old. Looked like he was only 80, in his 70s or 80s. Fathered children at 120 something years old. He had 5 sets of children at certain different times. Outlived 5 of his wives. And so this is what this root is. This gives you not only stamina, energy, vitality. What is it?
What's the name of it?
FOTI. You can look it up, family. FO space TI.
Or just rewind the video when I had the camera.
There you go. Now, family, I know it's from one of those places where we prefer not to, but it actually, this type of root or plant comes from actually the before they transferred it to another place, is in the continent of Africa under a different name, and I'll get back with you on that different name. But that's exactly what it is, and it's stamina. It gives. It has. I think it's related to the mandrake plant or the mandrake. But it's stamina. It gives you energy. It gives you. I give it to some people some person in my house from time to time.
Does he know?
He don't know. along with his vitamin A, D, and E family. A, D, and E. Every day, you need to make sure they take the A, D, and E. D is for the bones. A is for the eyes. And then A, family, let me tell you, don't forget your A's. And I know what I'm supposed to say, but I'm just bringing all these other things back up so you know. So while you're doing your detoxifying, you want to make sure these things are in your body. The A is so good for the eyes. And I keep telling you, I keep increasing over and over again the health of my eyes. With the moringa, with the vitamin A, but we'll go on to that. But I was telling you about what I give this person in my house. He don't know it. But the D is for the bones, and the A is for the bones. E is swift healing. Now, if this chlorophyll added to vitamin D help with your bones, baby, we rocking. I'm just giving you all just a few little things, little tips of how to tweet, it's quote unquote, a little bit of health during this time of the year. I love you guys. And I you know what? I know I have certain people in my family, and they say, we want you to come here. We love you. We want you to come here. We want you to be with us. Because you give everybody that good information. And we need that too. I almost said the person. We need this too. So I'm here to say I love all my family in Texas, Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana, all those places in those southern regions. And I do love you. You make it worthwhile. I want to tell you, if it wasn't for you and Brother Daniel and Sister Zipporah, I wouldn't be on the front of this, in front of you on YouTube. I'm one of those people that, I'm in the back, I'm happy, I'm good. I'm like Son Tobiah. I'm happy in the back. You wouldn't have even found my face nowhere on YouTube. And not on no picture, Facebook, or any of that stuff. But I must love you to tell you these are some helpful home remedies that I found out that works. And also, my baby that are tired, don't forget, get your black seed oil from time to time. At night, before you go to bed, do a little black seed oil and take your black seed oil. Early in the morning when you first get up, take your black seed oil. And put a little, not so much, just put a little with a little cinnamon in it to taste, because I know it can have a lot, to mask that taste. Take a little bit of cinnamon. Cinnamon is a little bit better, good, because what it does, it helps boost the immune system, it cleanses, it does, all those wonderful things. But it also masks the taste. And mix it in with a little bit of honey or agave. I do honey a little bit. Just a little bit goes a long way. And do that at night. And then get some black seeds. Some black seeds. It's sesame. They're called, what we get is sesame seeds, but they're black seeds. That's all it is. And sprinkle it over your food. And it helps with the anxiety, the stress. Remember the 2 classes before now, we talked about stress. We talked about stress. We talked about anxiety. So go back and look at those for me, okay? Miss Ema thinks you're wonderful. Don't get your black seed oil. Sprinkle a little black seeds on your food when you eat it, and that works. Yes, love.
Family member in the chat, Tammy Lee asks,
Hey,
what rids the body of chest and head congestion?
chest and head congestion. Don't forget mullein, M-U-E-L-L-I-N for Julie. But also, and for those that can't get mullein right now, but you can go to the grocery store, get some thyme. You can get thyme. Another thing you can do, family, you can go and get some, and I've been telling people for a while, and I just told some family members just the other day, get some onion, and I know this is common. Onion, all you need is like a tablespoon size. You know this inside of a tablespoon, that inside of a tablespoon? That much onion is all you need. And then take a clove, and you take a cinnamon stick, put that in water, and let it boil for about 1 to 2 minutes. After it boils for 1 or 2 minutes, then let it set for about 5 minutes. After you let it set for 5 minutes, then sweeten it to taste, a little honey and a little lemon. Now this is something that you can get around the house, that you always keep in the house. And then you drink it, let it set, and when you put the lemon and the honey in there to taste, it will clear out all this, because keep in mind, onions are a wonderful aid to the body. So you're going to get that onion, and you're going to drink that, and it'll clear all that up as well. Another thing, you had a question? You had a question?
Oh, yes, I got 2 more.
Okay.
One from family member in the live chat, Deborah Lee asks, would it be okay to eat aloe vera plant?
Yeah. Okay, now if you're talking about the raw aloe vera, if you do the raw aloe vera, make sure you're going to get the whole. If you get the raw, cut the sides off, the spikes parts off. When you cut the spikes, the edges off, then you can open it up. In an aloe vera, the closest, when you see the yellow part is the one that's going to help you go to the bathroom. So it's going to go like about an hour, half an hour, you go straight to the bathroom. But if you just eat the flesh itself, in the summertime, let me tell you, we do the aloe vera, and we do the whole aloe vera, and I will mix like a little bit of, I'll take a little bit of lemon or citrus, and I'll put honey in it, and we make it like a little treat, a dessert. And that's how we do it. But you can also buy it like that if you go to one of the international stores. You can have that as a little dessert. And it's good for that. So yes, you can. Next question.
All right, the next question was from...
Thank you for that question.
Was from Ada Robinson.
I love
Ada asks, what helps with recurrent UTI?
Recurrent.
I asked her what UTI was, but she already know.
Yeah, it's the, I know.
Okay.
Okay, so with UTI, family, make sure that's just, you know what we said? You can do chlorophyll. You can do moringa. You can make sure that you can detoxify, remember? You can detoxify. cherries. Some people use wild cherry, tart cherry on a consistent basis. There's one, ladies, huh?
She just told me what UTI was.
Yeah. There's one that years ago when I first got married, and I know there are children listening, but when I first got married, I was not used to certain activities, and it was brought about a little issue. So there's something called Ursi. I think it's Ursi or Ursa. Uva Ursi. And Uva Ursi you can get it as a tea. Uva Ursi. Here it is. Uva Ursi. It's a plant. Now Uva Ursi, and it almost sounds like UTI. When you think of UTIs, think of Uva Ursi. Powerful. It's powerful. You only do it for 5 days, not even 5 days. You'll see it'll clear it up really quickly. You can drink it, and it's a root. It's a wonderful herb. When I tell you it was wonderful, I'm telling the truth. And it draws all that stuff out, and it tightens the uterus while it's doing that, and it cleanses it so well. It's Uva Ursi. And it is wonderful. So you can use that, and you're gonna make it like a tea. It's bitter, family. It's bitter. But you can get past that. If you mix in, some people, I've known some to add a little tart cherry with it, or sour cherry with it, and they drink it that way and add a little bit of sweet, either honey, you can put a little honey. I always think everything is wonderful with lemons. It's just me. I put lemons in a lot of things because I love lemons.
They're alcohol. Right.
Exactly. And it's just me. So try the Uva Ursi. It's wonderful, ladies, when it comes to UTIs. And you can mix it with cherry, like I said, sour cherry or tart cherry, if you want. And because cherries are also good, but certain cherries, we have a plethora of cherries out there, different types of cherries. And we have just like we have over 40,000 different types of beans. Did you realize that? 40,000 different types of beans? Yes. We don't have quite that many cherries, but not as many as that. But there's a lot out there. So family, ladies with UTI, you need Uva Ursi. And mix a little cherries. Any other questions?
No, that's it.
That's it? Okay. So, with that, family, thank you for being here with me. It was a pleasure to have you ask questions. Came on in. Thumbs up if you like the class for today. If you're right here with your Emma in my heart, like I hope I am in your heart, I'm so grateful for your love, and I thank the Creator for you. It's been a pleasure.
Just one more thing.
Yes.
One of our family members in the chat room.
Yes, Lord.
I won't mess the name up, but family member asked the last question, wants to know what's a good website online to get a lot of these herbs from.
You know what?
I want to.
You know what? I'm gonna have to get back with you.
Okay.
There's a guy that's out there, and they sell. I'm trying to. My cousin was telling me about it. I think it's called Issachar. I'm not quite sure. I think his name is Issachar, and they sell some herbs on their website. That's. But like I said, I don't support. I don't want to say put any names out there, but he's Hebrew, and I know he's Hebrew. My cousin was telling me about it, and so I think it's Issachar. They have where you can go in and get some of their herbs and their spices, and they're really pure. They get them straight from the continent. So I'm sorry I'm not more. Yeah, please forgive your email this time, but check him out. Check them out, and like I said, I know Amazon. Yeah, Amazon you can get a lot, but I know we want to stick with our own. So I think it's a card. If you excuse me, you can look it up and check them out and see what they have to offer. This email loves you. Check out Issachar. If not, text me back and tell Emma, it's on his website. There's somewhere. I think it is. But this email thinks you're wonderful, and I love you too. And I thank the Creator for you. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. You stick right with me while I have my fennel in my mouth. And I'm so thankful for you. Don't forget your clothes for those when you're going out and being around others. That the clothes will keep you, those whole clothes in your mouth. Or if for those that can't get your whole clothes, just take your clean hands, just dab it in. If you have powder, dab it in that clove powder and stick it in your mouth. And for those that are wanting really more while you're doing your detox, don't forget you can do your burdock. Drink a little burdock, it's bitter, but to your taste. And put a little coconut milk in it, and it's sweet to your taste. A little cinnamon in it, and vanilla extract. And drink it while you detox your lymphatic system, liver, and kidneys as well. This email loves you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being there with me. And thank you for allowing me in your heart. It's been my pleasure. And tune in next week where we bring home remedies. And text me and let me know what concerns you. And we'll speak about those things as well. I love you. Blessings on your day, Psalms 91. Remember, no weapon formed against you shall prosper because the Creator is on your side. Blessings.